For improved attendance, completing Geometry A, and meeting daily goals, Ms. Boteo also shouted out Jaden. So, Jaden.
My 20th year in education, and I've been at Uvalde CISD for 15 of those years. I'm a graduate of Uvalde CISD alternative school back then, former high school dropout, and now I'm running their alternative high school. It's the kind of job you love to come to every single day. I was born and raised in Chicago and blessed to get here after dropping out of high school in Chicago. My grandma retired here, and my folks, who were all city folks, right? They said, "Why do you even go to that town? You know, there's nothing over there." And the moment I got here, my eyes were opened up to a total different kind of life. I didn't know about Latino folks that would go hunting or listen to country music, or non-Latinos, that were speaking Spanish and dancing cumbias. So it was just a richness that really drew me here, and the fact that I was able to leave an area that I was struggling in and kind of find my success in this community equates Uvalde with opportunity for success for me, and that's something I'd like to pass on to our students as much as I can.
This is going to be my 40th year, only with this district. I've started as a teacher and then moved my way up into being an instructional coach, and then I eventually became a campus administrator 20 years ago. And so I've been at various campuses and loved my time here with Uvalde CISD. I originally did all my schooling, including college, out of Uvalde. I married a local person and moved to Uvalde and started teaching right away in the school district when I was 22 years old. It's very, very much about family and traditions and culture and just loving one another. So that's the one thing that right now I can still say about Uvalde, regardless of what's happened to us, is that we still support and love each other.
I started out in 2000 teaching secondary English, did 1 year, third grade, elementary, moved on to become a counselor, was a counselor for about 8-9 years, then was assistant principal, and then was very fortunate to get the opportunity to come out to Uvalde and work with wonderful people as the people sitting next to me. And just being a newcomer coming into the district, they hold tight to loyal and true. So I'm gonna be truly honest. They told me that the school was the hub, was a center place for the community, and it is very much so. So a lot of times you have mariachi concerts, band concerts. You have members of the community that don't have a child at the school, and they still come out. And then just the community is so involved and very thoughtful in making sure that our kids have the very best. And then something just to brag about is like the people that I work with, like the other principals, and I would say our staff, they really have a heart for kids. I can't even tell you like how loving and how supportive they are of our kids. It's a beautiful thing to see that they care so much.
The road I walked, right, to get there, not very often do you wind up at a Harvard campus. So to have the opportunity to walk and be sitting in a room sharing with the kind of wealth of experience and knowledge in that group, both the professors and our peers, was just an extraordinary experience. After about a day and a half of kind of being in awe, I was like, okay, I belong here. And you get into the flow and you start to share and you contribute to the learning process as well. Just an all-around incredible experience.
And then also the experience of having so many different principals from across the world there, and to hear that they were struggling with the very same things, and then brainstorming and then sharing ideas is a very unique experience. And then just the partnerships.
The consultancy was just such an awesome experience. So that consultancy experience where you go through an entire day, a full day of learning, theory and practice in the classroom model, and then you take that new learning and you're connecting to your individual problems of practice, but as a collective, right? Getting that feedback process, kind of building community.
I'm from a very, very small school. I have probably 100 students right now. And my problem of practice was being able to support my teachers in the classroom, because in some campuses we have academic deans, or we have an instructional facilitator, instructional coach. And for me, because I am small, I didn't have that. And so it was one of the things that I needed to do is like, how do I balance being a coach for my teachers to help them in the classroom, but also be their evaluator? And it was very kind of fine line. So I was just asking, my problem of practice is, what are some of the things that maybe someone else in the same situation to experience, that where they were able to amp up the support for teachers so that they can be the best teachers they can be?
My problem of practice was connected to our current state here in Uvalde. Moving forward from our tragedy from May 24th, how do you stay on track with your mission, your vision, your motivation, your all of the things we're trying to do for the school, for the staff, for the community, when there is the traditional unexpected of schools, which is high level, but then the amplified unexpected of working in post tragedy, as we are right now. So got a ton of support there, got a ton of knowledge from that group. And when you can connect the dots from somebody who has been in close to Syria
Yes.
and have that perspective, was really interesting, dynamic there. So got a lot from that whole experience.
And mine was very similar to him. So just knowing how to support teachers and students after going through trauma, but then also too, like he said, the accountability piece, that our kids do have an obligation to, we have to meet their needs and still teach them math and reading and social and emotional. So just knowing how much to do and then providing that guidance. And like Dr. Lopez shared, they're very instrumental in who they placed you with when you were in your small group. So I was very fortunate to be with many principals that had some life-changing experiences on different parts of the country, or experience with trauma. So it was very nice to have that support and for them to help guide me and share with me ideas of how to continue to move, but then also support. And we got tons of resources, information, continued networks to reach out to if we get stuck. Yes. I feel like we have a responsibility that every year they're getting a little bit more of like that independence and feeling good. So by the time they turn 18, 20, 21, they have that dream job and they're able to go off and, whatever they want to do, whatever career they choose, they are prepared. They're able to compete. They want a family. They want whatever they desire. It's in their hands because we provided those skills.
So our mission here is opening pathways to success through love, perpetual love, high expectations, and restorative education. And so when I think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, I would really hope that those seeds that we plant on a daily basis, we start seeing them in the form, or we continue to see them in the form of, I'm coming back to campus as a visitor, retired down the road, and I'm seeing folks on campus. I'm going to the doctor's office and I'm being, greeted by nurses and staff members who came up through our community, and just having that organic building process, right, where folks are educated in this community, connected to this community, and as many as possible feel that drive to come back and give to our community.
One of the things that I would hope to see is that because of the situation that we were in, is that in 5 years, in 10 years, that we've become stronger because of it. It doesn't define us that we weren't able to get out of it because of situations. But like Hector said, for those of we educated would continue to see, I want to come back and make a difference in my community. Make it grow, define greatness. What does it look like? And be a shining example for the world to see. Look at what happened in Uvalde, but look at how people have come back to make it better than it was
that day.